Yo, what is going on, everyone? This is Shadow Fox 140 reporting to you guys from UEMonthly, and you know what? Let's have ourselves a nice little chat. To me, one important aspect of a video game besides the gameplay is the music that plays while you are playing. And there's a lot of games over the years and nowadays that has some great soundtracks that still holds up. And me, I have a lot of favorites, but I'm going to start with 5 that just came off the top of my head. So, without further ado, here are my top favorite gaming soundtracks. Okay, number 5 is going to be Sonic Before the Sequel. For those who might not know, Sonic Before the Sequel is a very well-made Sonic fan game that came out about 4 to 5 years ago. The story behind it was actually very creative. It takes place after the first Sonic the Hedgehog and before Sonic 2. After Sonic defeated Dr. Robotnik and collected what was then the 6 Chaos Emeralds. Okay, you know, you beat the game with all the emeralds and then Sonic goes back to Green Hill Zone and he joins the emeralds all together. Well, the emeralds teleported him to another world where there was another emerald left to get, or something like that. I don't really remember. But the game itself was actually very beautiful. Now, the soundtrack in its first build borrowed tracks from other games, while the 2012 version has some more original music. Now, this one track for the 2012 version, even though it's a remix from a Sonic game, this track, when I first heard it, oh my god, it sounded very orgasmic to my ears. Well, I'll let you guys hear it for yourselves. I'm going to loop it once so you can hear the track in its entirety, and then I'm going to go on to the next. So, here we go. Alright, number 4 is going to be the arranged soundtrack of Tekken 2. Tekken 2, the first ever fighting game I ever bought when I had gotten the original PlayStation for Christmas. I played the ever-living hell out of this game. I absolutely loved it. So much so that I actually had to get it again from my PS1 emulator to relive that nostalgic feeling. Now, in this particular game, I had no main character. I played as every character in that game. Every character was fun to me. Now, the arranged soundtrack for this game was extremely fire. I have more than one favorite, but I'm just going to play one of my personal favorites. So, here we go. Okay, number 3 is going to be Jackie Chan's Stunt Master. This game for the PS1, in my opinion, is very, very underrated. I love this game, and I still do. The voice acting was hilarious, the gameplay is simple yet addicting, and the soundtrack is actually memorable. And there's actually nothing much else to be said except that there should have been a sequel to this game, and I'm actually kinda disappointed that there isn't. Oh well. Here's one of the tracks that I actually have a personal favorite of mine. Well, here we go. Okay, number 2 is going to be Jackrabbit. Now, this game here is very nostalgic to me as it dates back to when I was in middle school. Now, I never played the game back then, I just watched the other kids play it. I don't know why, this game was fun, and it's still fun now. But back then, I just concentrated on the music. Nowadays, I play it whenever I have free time, but even though the gameplay is like if Sonic the Hedgehog was a guest character in Metal Slug, what got me back then was the music, man. So much so that I had to search for the rest of the music tracks online since I only heard the music from the Christmas 1994 version and the first episode. The first Jackrabbit consisted of 6 episodes and 3 more episodes from Jackrabbit CD, I think it's called. When I was searching for these music tracks, I only found MIDI versions of it in VGmusic.com. Even though those tracks were impressive and I found myself listening to them over and over, I wasn't satisfied. I needed to find the original. And when I did, I was very, very happy as hell. I found all of the tracks for the first Jackrabbit, including the original tracks for the other episodes that I didn't get to hear back then when I was in middle school. Nowadays, you can find these music tracks on YouTube, but this was before I even knew about YouTube. I found these music tracks on a site that I don't even remember what it was called anymore. This was like years back. But anyway, my favorite track for Jackrabbit is, well, I have no favorite actually. I love them all, but I'm going to play this one track that a certain Mugen player found very catchy. You know who I'm talking about, right? And that number 1 is going to be Towball number 1. A fighting game from Squaresoft, the ones that brought you classics like Final Fantasy. This game was weird. Really, really, really weird. The gameplay, well, even though I do have this game on emulator, I don't play it as much because the gameplay is kind of meh. But I will say this. The visuals are beautiful to look at. The stages were nice, elaborate, and colorful. Nowadays it doesn't look like much, but back then it was stunning. It was stunning to me. Now, the music was actually very awesome. I like how it has like an alien-like feel to it, like some kind of intergalactic, other planet-like feel, well, to some of the music tracks. Especially to this one that I always listen to. This track right here puts me in a trance. It like sends me to another world. This track to this day will always be my favorite in Towball number 1. So, here it is. And that's my list of my top 5 gaming soundtracks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There is going to be another top 5 soundtracks in the near future because I have a whole lot more favorites that I want to share with you guys. But for now, if you guys liked the video, leave a comment below, leave a thumbs up, be sure to subscribe for more content. Until then, you guys, this is ShadowFox140 signing off. Peace and happy gaming. Happy gaming.